Hi everybody, this is the tutorial for Henry Come On. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. We're in standard tuning for this song, and at the beginning of the song there is a finger picking part, and you'll see the tab on the screen for this introduction. If you're interested in the tablature, then head on over to Patreon, more about that later. Now the start of the song, we have an A major shape that you want to build. We'll play an open A string, followed by the 2-2 on the B and G strings. And we'll play that 3 times. And I should say that the B and G's once, followed by the B 2 more times. Then build an E major shape, which looks like this. You're going to play the 2 and the 1 on the D and the G string, which are those 2 notes. And then we play open E string, 1 on the G, an open E string, back to the low E string, B string, and an open E string. So just to play those 2 bars slowly, we get then what we want to do is to get this shape 2, 4, 4 on the A, D and G strings, and we're playing the A, D, G, D, A, D. That's the 3rd bar. Then what we do is we take that shape, move it up 2 frets to 4, 6, 6, 5. So we're going to put a 5 on the B string, and we'll play the A, D, B strings to begin with. And then we play A, D, B, G. And that last bar together is. So to play that first line, because there is 2 parts to this, here we go, nice and slow. We then, on the second line, have almost the same idea. We start off with that A shape, but there's a 0 there on the B string. Then we have that 2 and 1 like we had before. We go to that E major shape. And you can see there's a lot more going on there. So we have low E string. We have 2 on the D string. 1, 0 on the B and G. And then back and forth between the open E string, 2 on the D, open E, 2 on the D. So slowly that second bar. That's all with that E major shape in the left hand. Then we have what is technically an F sharp minor bar chord that's going to get us through the rest of the 2 bars that we have left. We play 2 on the E string, 4 on the A string, 2, 2 on the B and the G and the B strings. So that's all picked up by this barred finger. And then we have this part that goes back and forth between 2 on the E, 2 on the G, 2 on the E, 2 on the B. So it really is useful if you can get that 1 bar chord shape. Just for that bar by itself. And then keep that shape for the next bar, because we have, and that is E, D, G, D, A, D. That's the strings that we need. So now I'm going to play through the second part slowly so you can see how it all fits together. So the introduction is the most intricate part, but the great thing is the rest of the song is just taking certain chord shapes and playing them in a finger picking style, which is what we're going to talk about in just a moment, because if you are interested in the tab for the introduction, as well as the chord chart for this song, as well as a sheet with the chords and lyrics matched up, let's say you want to sing along or play along, and you need to know which chord goes with which lyric, then head on over to Patreon, I've got you covered, and for the price of a coffee, you get access to not only those 3 sheets, but well over 500 songs of the latest releases, including a couple of Lana's songs as well. So feel free to check that out. So when the first verse kicks in, that's when Lana starts singing, we have a few chord shapes that we need with your left hand. We need an A major chord. We also need an E major chord. So up to now we've had all of those already. We then technically need a B major chord, which is going to be 2 on the B string, 4, 4, 4 on the D, G and B. We then also need a C sharp minor shape, which is similar to what we had in the introduction, which is 4 on the A, 6, 6 on the D and G, and a 5 on the B. Later on, we will need an F sharp minor. Now what's going to happen through this, they have a little bit more of a relaxed strumming pattern, and for every chord what you're going to do is play the lowest note of the chord. So in the A major chord, that's going to be the open A string, and you're going to play and just work your way down the strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can work your way back up. It is a little bit inconsistent with the plucking throughout the song, so yeah, you may want to just find your own way of playing each of these chords through the verse, but what I recommend is playing 1, 2, 3 and 4 and for the most part. So you can see I'm working down and then back up a couple of strings. You'll do that for all of the chords. So we have A, E, B, C sharp minor. Then the verse continues with A, E, and then 2 lots of F sharp minor. Now that's the first verse. You'll do that 2 times round for that whole verse before it leads into the next part of the song, which is the pre-chorus. And the pre-chorus is very, very similar. What happens is we play A major, E major, B major, and then a change from C sharp minor to B major. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, it's just tacking on to the end of that bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it goes to A, to E, to B, and then 2 lots of F sharp minor. We then get to the chorus, which changes things up yet again. Now, it is worth mentioning, yeah, if you want extra material, links are in the description for Patreon, and yeah, you get access to all that material. But yeah, let's dig in with that chorus, where I'm going to start strumming to give you an idea of what you could do if you don't want to finger pick the chords. Now, we have A major, that starts off the chorus, to E major, B major, C sharp to B. Now that's the first line. There's a lot of lines in this chorus, so yeah, might be worth checking out those links to Patreon. However, strumming wise, I'm playing down, down, up, up, down, up for each chord. If you want to count along, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that C sharp minor to B is going to share a bar. So that's the first time round. The second time round, we have A, to E, to 2 lots of B. We then go back to the first part of the chorus, A to E, B, then C sharp minor back to B. We then go back to A to E, and then F sharp minor for 2 bars. Before the chorus finishing with A to B. See, that chorus is really, really long and there's so much going on with it. Moving into the post-chorus, which has a new set of chords of C sharp minor, A, 2 lots of E, then A major, E major, F sharp minor. At this point, we do start to get quite a bit of repetition, which is good news, because up to now there's an absolute ton of chords to play. We have, looking over to my notes, a second verse. Second verse is exactly the same as the first, note for note. We then get a pre-chorus and a chorus, which thankfully is exactly the same as what we've had. But then we get to a bridge section, and the bridge section has A major, going to E major, B major, C sharp minor to B, then A to E, and 2 lots of F sharp minor. The last 2 parts of the song is the third verse, same as all the other verses, so we'll skip past that. And then we have one final chorus, which is almost the same. I'm going to play through it for you because it is a little bit shorter. So the final chorus of the song starts with A major, to E major, to B major, C sharp minor to B, and repeat all of that. Before we finish with A, E, and 2 lots of B major. And there we go, that's everything you need to get through this brand new song by Lana Del Rey. So there's a lot going on with that, so if you want the tab for the introduction, as well as the chord chart for the full song, and the chords and lyrics for the full song, head on over to Patreon. I also want to say thanks to everyone on the screen. There's well over 100 of us now who support me on Patreon, so these guys will get their sheets for this song, as well as all the other songs, well over 500 at this point, straight away. So thanks to them for their support, thanks to you for watching, I'll catch you in the next video.